want to show you guys this little Marlin 336, and one of the things you might be noticing right away is the shorter magazine tube. A lot of these newer version Marlin 336s come with a full-length magazine tube, around a 20-inch barrel on the majority of them. But this is a 20-inch barrel with a 3/4 length magazine tube. It's a 5-shot capacity. And that is because this is a Marlin 336 SC, the SC standing for Sporting Carbine. These were made around 1958 beginning, somewhere around there, to about 1965, somewhere around there. I believe this one is a 1964 model, indicating by the serial number starting with a Y. And if you have one of these, and if you're trying to figure out what year it is, I'll have a link in the description, or a description down there, indicating the serial numbers by letter, and you can find out what date they are. Should give you a rough idea. One of the things you might be noticing on this is the buttstock has a nice little white insert on there. This one is showing its age, but it's one of the things that manufacturers used to pay attention to back in the day. Kind of gives a rifle a little bit of a nicer look to it. You can see that white insert is also on the pistol grip cap as well. These were also drilled and tapped on the top receiver for scope mounts, which is kind of nice if you're going to put a scope on there. As everybody knows, the Marlin 336 is a really good deer hunting rifle. I believe the 30-30 cartridge has taken more deer in North America than any other caliber, rifle caliber that is. Also, one of the things you might be noticing is the sights on this one. This one sports a lower profile rear sight. The front sight is just a little bit different. That's a brass bead up front there. Looks like their windage adjustment up front with elevation in the rear. You also may be noticing the stock on the fore end there has a nice little metal cap on it. Again, one of the things that manufacturers just don't pay attention to nowadays. But it's still a pretty nice feature. It's a shame that they just don't put the effort in as they used to. One of the other things you might be noticing on this rifle is the lack of a crossbolt safety in there. This one sports a half cock feature, which disengages the trigger. You can't press the trigger if this is in half cock. It's pretty nice. Another thing this features is a little safety built into the lever. If the lever isn't fully depressed, you cannot squeeze the trigger on these. Again, as you can see, this one is showing its age. The fore end up there didn't come with any checkering, as well as the rear of the stock. These are a American black walnut stock. When these were in production, they were making them in 30-30, 32 special, and I believe it was 35 Remington, which are among the more collector items. You don't really find the 35 Remington or the 32 special ones quite that often, or even this model with the shortened magazine tube. So if you find one, grab it and hold on to it. Kim has already shot this one a couple of times. I did some video on her shooting this one, just kind of playing around with my slow-mo editor on that day. But if you want to see this one in action, you can check that video out, or check back later on. We'll be doing, like I said again, taking this out to the range and doing some shooting with it. From what I read, these were geared for more of the consumer that was wanting a lighter rifle, hunting rifle, than what was provided back in the day, with that full-length barrel. I believe they used to come in a 24-inch barrel when they first started making these, but what they did was they cut the barrel back to 20 inches and cut the magazine tube back, weighing in around 6.5 pounds, as opposed to the around 7 pounds they are today. It's a much lighter, nimble, a little more slimmer profile as well on these, from what I've noticed. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this sweet little rifle. Again, it's a shame that manufacturers nowadays just don't pay as much attention to the fine details that a lot of the hardcore gun enthusiasts really like to see on rifles. But anyway, this is again Marlin 336 SC Sporting Carbine. If you guys find one of these, they are of a slightly more collector model, so hold on to them. They're pretty nice rifles.